Wednesday, day 12 of Understanding Fear, Thinking About Thinking, and it's day 5 of the second lesson of being impeccable with your word. I hope everyone is well. It's a beautiful sunny day here in Guelph. It's still a bit chilly, but very much looking forward to getting out in the sunshine. Today, being impeccable with your word. Now, side note, on my personal page, I just posted an article from the Harvard Business Review all about grief. And we're in an incredible period of time. And I do believe this is all change is loss, and all loss needs to be grieved. And many people are familiar with Elizabeth Kubler-Ross's 5 stages of grief. The person being interviewed in the article adds a 6th, and that's really finding meaning. Once you accept the loss, then you have to find meaning in it. And I don't know, I look around, I see so much opportunity and so much potential in these days that are really forcing us into a new reality. And I'm very curious about what part of these changes are going to last once the restrictions are lifted. But back to being impeccable with your word. Being impeccable with your word also means no criticisms, no judgments, no finding fault, and not only in yourself, but in others. Again, these times are very trying in that one, finding criticisms, finding judgments, because it's always easy to be an armchair quarterback, being on the sidelines and thinking, you know, certain people need to be doing X, Y, or Z. But unless you're actually in the gutters, unless you're on the front lines, it's really difficult to know what are all the facts that they're making the decisions with. And especially as we get into times where, you know, if you have children that are in school, I know Calvin's 12, grade 7, we're really facing the reality that he might be homeschooled for the rest of this school year, and that schools may not open until September. That can bring fear for some, but also at the same time it brings opportunity and a chance for those of us to brush up on our grade 7 math or learn new ways to explain things to others. So although being impeccable with your word may seem like a huge shift in consciousness for some, it gets bigger. And it gets bigger as we expand that to other people. If we're presented with a situation where others aren't being good with their word towards us, and we respond with kindness and love and compassion and empathy, it may not make a difference in the moment to that person, but I can guarantee there'll be those times down the road where that other person will stop and think, in that moment when I was so angry and so fearful and so scared, that person responded with love and kindness. I wonder if I can do that to someone else. So it does have the ability to expand exponentially. And much like a lot of things, is that if we can find the goodness in every situation, we'll really be able to carry it through and expand our collective consciousness. So I encourage you again today, really be an outsider as you're flipping through your Facebook feed, because I know that's what most are doing. Take the opportunity to, what are the person's intentions with their words, and how can you respond with kindness instead of being judgmental or critical or adding fuel to the fire. So with that, I wish you a great day. I love you all. Be joyful and find the compassion. Even when you're washing your hands, it takes 10, 20 seconds. Instead of, focusing on the act of washing your hands, focus on what can you learn out of these moments. Until tomorrow, have a great day.